I was fighting for my country, and the Hoa sold my land like I was already dead. That sentence burned in my chest the second I stepped off the plane. Months of dust, danger, and deployment still clung to my uniform, yet somehow the news waiting for me hit harder than anything on the battlefield. A single message from my neighbor shattered everything. They sold your land while you were gone. For a moment, the world went silent, not peaceful, but the kind of silence right before an explosion. I drove home with that message echoing like distant gunfire, but nothing prepared me for what I saw when I turned down my road. My land wasn't my land anymore. It was a subdivision, dozens of houses, fresh driveways, perfect lawns, cars parked in places where wild grass used to dance in the wind. Street signs stood where my family's boundary markers were supposed to be, and then I saw it, a giant HOA sign drilled into the ground like a gravestone. It felt like they buried my name without ever asking. Before I could even process the theft, the HOA president walked out with the confidence of someone who believed she owned the world. She told me I was trespassing. She said the land defaulted. She said they legally acquired it. Every word felt like someone rewriting my life. Every smile felt like an insult. Every excuse felt like they didn't just steal my property, they stole my existence. But she didn't know one thing: the military does not allow the property of deployed service members to be touched. Ever, one report, one signature, one moment where the system finally turned its eyes on what they did, and the entire subdivision froze. Black SUV rolled in like a sudden storm. Federal officers stepped out, moving with precision. Every house, every deed, every transaction got locked on the spot. Homeowners stepped out in confusion. HOA board members panicked as investigators started opening files they hoped no one would ever see. Then came the moment silence swept the entire street. Military personnel marked the boundaries, my boundaries, the ones they thought I wouldn't live long enough to defend. One officer handed me a folder thicker than a brick. Inside, evidence of fraud, illegal sales, misuse of authority, and a final notice: my land was officially restored. The entire subdivision was repossessed. Every house now belonged to the U.S. government pending investigation. People watched as their new homes became evidence. The HOA watched their empire crumble. And I stood there, not victorious, just done letting them treat me like a ghost. They sold my land like I was already dead. But I came home alive and I took everything back.